welcome back to Rosehill Gardens. We've got our punting challenge. It's the family feud. Where's Tony Barber or Daryl Summers when you need them? Matthew Johns and Andrew Johns, Newcastle Knights, State of Origin and Australian Stars. They've got $500 each. The Turf Club, Sydney Turf Club, has put up the cash. And any winnings today go to charity. Matthew, what's your charity?
Mine's going to SIDS, actually, Sudden Infant Death Syndrome. So.
All right, then what about this? Race 3, the Queen of the Turf Stakes. You're putting $100 straight out. The tickets come in. What do you want?
Can I have $100 on the nose on Zastov?
Zastov, number 4, $100 from Matthew Johns. And Andrew, your charity today?
The oncology unit at the New Children's Hospital, and I'm having 100 on the nose on Pace Invaders. So I've done the form, and pretty sure Zastov's got nothing, and mine will come over the top and get the money.
There's the mail from the Johns boys, Ken and Simon. $100 on Pace Invader from Andrew, $100 on Zastov from Matthew Johns. Back to you.
Ordinary childhood for Andrew Johns. I think Pace Invader. I think he's played too many machines.
I tell you what, he strikes me as a punter, Andrew Johns. At least he's got out there and said, this will win.
Yeah,
this
good
will
on
come
him.
over the top.
There they are. They're behind the barrier from the Goodyear blimp. That's where you're getting that view from for the Queen of the Turf Stakes.
Yeah, staging now at $8.20. Pace Invader $5.20. We follow the white column. That's the latest market. Dan Glisser at $9.70. Zastov $8.40. Londolosi at $16. $6.80 for Beat the Fade. Sorrento at $13. Miss Danehill at Third Eye. Over the page we go to TAB number 9, which we'll get there in a moment, is Zatella. My selection is at $8.50. Gilded Angel at $18. Stella Marie $46. Little Paddy $31. Mary McRae almost $50. $50 indeed for Flickering Fire. Rubitoff at $42 and Beauty Bell at $32. All right, they're behind the barrier, and our man behind the barrier is Simon Marshall.
Thank you very much, Kenny, and they're loading up beautifully too. Just had Pace Invader walking around here. Grant Cooksey look nice and nice and cool. They're actually sweating up a little bit, the grey Pace Invader, but looks extremely fit. Beat the Fade took the eye, coming around to the gates, had a nice little warm-up by Johnny Marshall, gate 3, going to be thereabouts. Londolosi, number 5, coming over for the Victorian, Paddy Highland. Yeah, good, thanks, Robbo. How's yourself? Looked extremely well. And also Sorrento took the eye. She's on fire. She's running around the barriers here like she's on a mission. Kenny?
Sorrento's a pretty good mare, and the number 13 there is Mary McRae. She could be a little bit outgraded here for the Brian Guy stable, and coming into line is Flickering Fire. Flickering Fire will be up there early, but whether she can quite sustain it, I'm not sure. Glenn Boss, who rides Fates Gallant in the slipper, is on Flickering Fire. That's Pace Invader, the grey, taking her place, TAB number 2. Well, there's still about 3 or 4 to go in. It's been an interesting race. It's good prize money. It's a Group 2 race, 150 grand, and a lot of the fillies, it helps their stud value. It enhances their stud value if they can win a good group race like this. Okay, looks like they're all in line. That's the starter, Bill Dale, about to climb up those stairs there to grab the electric button. And at this point, we'll go to our caller, Terry Bailey.
1,500 metres. Gates are back. Dan Glisser exploded out wide out on the track. Flickering Fire and Stella Marie away quickly. Londolosi Beat the Fade and Gilded Angel on the fence jumped smartly. A length away, Miss Danehill from Ruby Tough, staging worse than centre field. Zatella on the fence, as Tough wide. Pace Invader's got no speed. She's a mile back from Sorrento, out deep from Beauty Bell. 3/4 away, Mary McRae and Little Paddy on the outside whips them in. Dan Glisser was able to get across pretty comfortably at the 1,000 metres mark, and she rolls clear by a length on Flickering Fire. A length away, Gilded Angel from Beat the Fade and Londolosi on a limb. A length back on the inside, Ruby Tough from Stella Marie, wide out going around Miss Danehill. 2 lengths to Zastov on the fence is Zatella. 3/4 away, staging out a little bit wide and starting to go forward from Sorrento, Pace Invader, Beauty Bell. 2 lengths to Little Paddy, and on the fence, Mary McRae last. 600 metres to go on the Queen of the Turf, and Dan Glisser made the play. Dan Glisser 3/4 of a length on Flickering Fire, and Londolosi chasing 3 wide. Gilded Angel the fence, Beat the Fade about to ease out from Stella Marie. Zastov to the outside, 2 lengths to Teller looking for a run. Then Miss Danehill, and further back in the field is Sorrento, and staging's under pressure. Dan Glisser's out full of running at the 200. She leads by 2 lengths on Gilded Angel and Beat the Fade. Muntz hands and heels on the Dan Zero filly. Dan Glisser in front. Gilded Angel can't pick her back for the meantime. Dan Glisser in front. Gilded Angel can't get there, and Dan Glisser does it all the way, and she wins at 3/4 to Gilded Angel. Zatella got third from Beat the Fade and Ruby Tough from Londolosi and Stella Marie and staging. No Pace Invader. Sorrento well back with the stablemate Zastov. from Beauty Bell. They were followed by Miss Danehill, Mary McCree, Little Paddy and Flickering Fire with the tail enders.
It's great to see such a good filly back in form, but they let Chris Munce slow them down in the middle stages. The other jockeys were then in a lot of trouble because she had an easy run to the turn. Munce let her go, and then it was Good Night Nurse. And even with 55 kilos, she was able to stall off the other 3-year-old Gilded Angel, who only had 52 kilos. And look at this filly in the pink cap. You think she didn't come home well. Zatella, she just grabs third ahead of Beat the Fade, and that was staging out deep, rattling home into about 5th or 6th spot. There's an overview from the Goodyear Blimp, and that's Dan Glisser in front. Gilded Angel getting to her. That's Beat the Fade, actually third in that picture, who finished 4th as the horse in the pinky coloured cap. Zatella grabbed her on the line for 3rd placing. Chris Munce in action. Aboard the winner, Dan Glisser. Behind Dan Glisser is Rubitoff there in the black cap. She ran a great race and run 5th or 6th, finished close enough to alongside staging. That's the winner, Dan Glisser. Lovely white star on a forehead. She's an attractive filly, and I'm sure if you backed her, she was most attractive today. The official numbers, 3, 10, 9. $8.70 and $3.20 for Dan Glisser. Gilded Angel returned at $4.20 for second, and Zatella $2.90 for running on into 3rd place. Chris Munce looks quite satisfied, and well, he might be. He's now with Simon Marshall.
As we call him, Kenny, the smiling assassin, that's for sure. Well, there, old son, you got to slow down. Chrissy, that was magnificent. Dictated terms out there. She's back in bigger and better ways.
Yeah, mate, like she had to stand up today. I thought she could run well last week, and she did, but she's improved again. And so I've really got to say that full credit to this mare today goes to Gay. I mean, I honestly thought that she would struggle to win this preparation a couple of times, but she's persevered. She's put the hard work in, mate, and full credit goes to her, no one else.
No doubt about that, Chrissy. You won a Golden Slipper, of course. Now you're riding to France this year, and, well, you're on Fates Gallant there, but first emergency, you had to take a ride on to France.
Well, that's it, Simon. I mean, like, things happen on early in the piece these days, and I'd taken the ride on to France thinking that Fates Gallant wouldn't get a run, and I mean, she's going to run well. De France will run well. It's a very open race.
No doubt about that. Gee, she's pulled up well, this filly.
Oh, look at her. She's hardly blowing, mate.
Just like you, Chrissy, we'll go back from the smiling assassin.
Yeah, he's won a Golden Slipper. He's also won a Melbourne Cup on Jezebel, and he's one of the very best jockeys in the country. And Andrew Voss is now with the winning trainer, Gay Waterhouse.
And Gay Waterhouse, is this a sign of things to come today?
Absolutely. Just keep on, you stick with us.
Gay, Chris Munce has just given you a tremendous rap for the performance getting Dan Glisser to the start today. He doubted it could win this preparation, but not your opinion?
He doubted the lady trainer.
And a great ride from Chris from barrier 18?
Well, I knew that she had the speed to cross them. I knew she had the speed to stack them up, and that's exactly what she did. But she's a wonderful filly, and I just think people undersold her.
All right, Gay, see you at the Slipper.
Thank you, yes.
I reckon you'll see her at the Slipper, Simon, don't you?
Yes, I think we might see her at the Slipper. A very happy Gay Waterhouse. And it's all sort of happening for the big names today, isn't it? Oliver, Di, then you see Gay Waterhouse. They'll be all up on confidence. They'll be very cheeky come Golden Slipper time.
The cream rises to the top.
Yes, it certainly does on these big days. And there's Dan Glisser coming back. She had excellent form in the spring as a 3-year-old filly, mainly up here. She just fell away a little bit coming down to Melbourne, but I suppose there could have been question marks over her first couple of runs this prep, that she wasn't going to come back as you would have liked it.
Yeah, she's back now though, and she'll be a candidate. She'll be probably Sydney's main candidate for the Oaks.
Well, we're going to take a quick break from here at Rosehill Gardens, but plenty more to come, including the Golden Slipper. Won the Queen of the Turf Stakes, and there's another Queen of the Turf, Gay Waterhouse. She knew she was going to be strong and get to the line. So did Chris Munce. And there she is, putting in the big ones, and the excitement of all the connections. Dan Glisser coming back to form. That smile we love to see on a racetrack is that of Gay Waterhouse. She's absolutely thrilled. High fives all around. A lot of the owners wearing the ties in the same colours that Dan Glisser actually carries. Hugs, kisses, the whole lot.
Seems to be a lot more fun winning at this caper than losing, doesn't it? Righto, here's the dividends. 3, 10 and 7. Dan Glisser, 873.20. Went for a bath in the ring too, eased most dramatically. 10 Gilded Angel, 420 and 290 to number 9 Zatella, and the relevant Quadella trifecta information on the various tabs on screen. Let's have another update on the slipper. Road to Success at $15. Certiflad clear cut favourite $3.90. Great Crusader $17. Kudamutu $15. De France at $37. King of Danes at $19. Lord Dane was scratched yesterday. Phoenix Park well in commission on course, $9.60. Continuum at $67. $55 for Veteran, $23 for Preserve, $11 Belle de Jour. French Braids very solid on the tote, $5.90. Almost $60 for Operettas, $9 for Crown Glory, $65 for Miss Thunderstood. Fate Gallant, the Queensland filly, big odds on the tote. I'm sure that'll tumble in a little. That's at $14, and Utrillo, the second emergency, was not required.
Yes, I think Fate Gallant is a magnificent chance. Now, Lord Dane was scratched yesterday. That gave Fate Gallant a chance of getting into the field. She was first emergency. She's trained by Jamie Nielsen, who joins us right now. Jamie, biggest racing day of your life?
Yeah, it will be, Simon.
How you handle it? Like last night, tell us a little bit about last night. Any sleep? Check on the horse 4 or 5 times?
No, mate, I was in Brisbane doing the work, so I had plenty of sleep. I was very anxious to get here today, Bud, and have a look at her and just get to the races to watch her perform.
When did you find out you'd got to run? When did you find out Lord Dane was scratched?
Well, Glenn Boss was ringing me quite a lot from about 9 o'clock in the morning right through, so there was rumours about it and that the horse was well backed in Darwin, etc. But nothing was ever official, so I waited till the STC steward sort of rang me and gave me the notification, and I was very happy.
What did you say, Yahoo?
A bit more than that.
It's a difficult time for a trainer, isn't it, having a first emergency in such a big race? How did it affect how you went about doing your work and planning your work during the week? You would just train her as if she is running in the race?
That's right, Simon. She was trained right up until today. This was the race we came for, and this is the race we wanted, so she was trained right up till today.
We've got the tape, Jamie, of her last start where she finished second to Belle de Jour in the Riesling Slipper Trial here a fortnight ago. For the viewers, that's her running third on the rails in the pink and white striped sleeves. Now she comes out to the centre of the track. Belle de Jour in the blue and white shoots clear, and your filly was a bit all over the place from here, Jamie.
Yeah, she was, Ken. It was the first time at the track, of course, being a 2-year-old, and she was probably a bit new, but you know, when she really knuckled down the last sort of 50, 80 metres, she really did go to the line strong, and you know, that was the most impressive thing about that run.
Jamie, the horse itself, you would have gone out first thing this morning and had a look at her. You're very happy with the condition she is in?
Yeah, I can't fault it, Simon. Nerissa Cow's been looking after the horse, and she's the daughter of the owners, and you know, I can't fault the horse. The horse is in good spirit. You know, she's full of beans, which you like your 2-year-olds being, coming into a race like a slipper in a major race. So she's fit and she's well, so I'm sure she'll perform.
She's enjoying herself there. Do you swim her much?
Oh, we just swim her to sort of just, you know, change the routine, and also just to take the stress off her legs and that from being a 2-year-old running around the track every day. So, you know, it just gives them that something different.
Now, Jamie, going back a few years, Brave Warrior was one of the favourites for the Golden Slipper. You were actually strapping him, and Fates Gallant is a daughter of Brave Warrior.
Yeah, that's right, Simon. So, you know, there's sentimental reasons there that we'd like to win for Brave Warrior as well, because he passed away, of course, up at Stud, up at Eureka, up at Toowoomba. And he was really, he had a beautiful temperament and a great nature about him, same as his filly. They're great to look after, and I just hope he can take some of the forte that he did.
He looked pretty good this day, winning the Magic Millions about 6 years ago, and I reckon you were saying Yahoo this day too.
Yeah, I definitely was, Ken. Once again, Chris was a victim of circumstances then. He actually fell off 2 races prior and wasn't able to ride him. And once again, as we know now, coming towards the slipper, he actually jumped off Fates Gallant's to jump into France to make sure he had a ride.
Well, Glenn Boss got a lucky ride 5 years ago when he got a last-minute ride on Flying Spur. Flying Spur knocked out Octagonal, so that might be a good omen for you, mate.
No, I don't mind the replacement. Glenn's very professional. He's had international experience, and he seems to bring it back to Sydney and ride big race winners, so I'm more than happy.
He's a good jockey.
Yeah, Jamie, one of the things, just seeing her run about a little bit in that Riesling slipper trial, is that one of your worries today, that she's just a touch green and not quite ready?
Yeah, no, not at all, Simon.
And I say that from a maturity point of view, not a fitness point of view.
Yeah, no.
Excuse me, just run us through this. So this was her first win, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the McDougall. Once again, she was tracking 3 and 4 wide, and She sort of just got out a little bit. I believe she got on the wrong leg going around the corner. You can see that patch she's on now, the lane she's on now, she hasn't moved once off it.
One thing she does do, she hits the line, doesn't she?
She does. Once she really gets striding, she stretches right out and she knows where that line is.
Jamie, cutting straight to the chase, if you win it, what would it mean to you?
It'll mean that the hours we put in and the work that we've done is successful. It'll mean that you know, everyone that's involved back at home and also Narissa doing the horse here gives us the achievement that we have done it professionally and did meet the best and succeed. So of course, being a young trainer too, it will sort of just help us sort of come to the throne later on. We might get better horses and be able to take another step.
Might put a few bob in the bank too.
Might do that too, Ken.
Jamie, congratulations on getting Fates Gallant as far as you have, and all the very best today.
Thanks very much.
There'll be a lot of people cheering for you.
I hope so.
Jamie Nielsen joining us there, the trainer of Fates Gallant, in with a great chance in the Golden Slipper.
Today. Gardens on Amy Golden Slipper Day. We're enjoying the pictures from the Goodyear Blip, with punters making their deliberations on what to back on race 4 on the program. Let's hear from Simon and Kenny Callender.
Good on you, Ken. Thanks for that. And Shane Dye joins us as well. Shane, Shogun Lodge just got the nose down at the right time.
Yeah, let's hope all the viewers out there backed him after you gave him a good plug before, but a good track today. He needed the run badly. He struggled to win. He's got to improve to win the Derby next Saturday, but there is improvement in him, Simon.
Was he just floundering the last 100 from a fitness point of view?
Fitness point of view. He hasn't had a run for 3 weeks, and you've got to remember he's only had one run past 1,400 metres, and that was a very easy 1,900-metre run at Canterbury. He can only improve.
What about the 2,400 next Saturday? It might come a bit quick.
It could do. That's the problem. There's no doubt about that. But whatever he does today, you can guarantee he's going to improve. But then again, the rest haven't had a far different preparation. Like Black Flowers has only had 3 runs too.
Exactly right.
And, you know, like the only horse that's had a lot of racing is probably really Freemason and Oval Office.
Now, Shane, the jockey's room, you look pretty relaxed.
Yes.
But what do you blokes go through at the moment, coming into big races? The Ansett Australia Stakes just around the corner, the Golden Slipper.
I think a lot of boys are nervous. They're watching, you know, well, they're not. Well, they're sitting there reading the form, looking at the book. I don't need to do that. I know what I've got to do. I've been there many a time. But the young kids, you notice. But it's another race, and you know what you've got to do. And sometimes nerves do play on their minds.
Well, you'll be very interested in what's coming up, because the football show's resident idiot, Alan Robertson, he's been in the jockey's room and annoying all the Golden Slipper jockeys just to see what they do go through on Golden Slipper Day, and this is what he's come up with.
Slipper time again. Round here it's known as Robbo time. I've ridden plenty of winners. Okay, no Golden Slipper winners. Looks like changing when I throw my leg over Miss Thunderstood. She's one of the favoured runners. I'm going to go in and see some of the boys. They can give me a few tips on how I should celebrate when I win, and win very, very easily.
Bossy, you've won a slipper on a Flying Spur.
Yes, bravo.
Any ideas on me, you know, how I should celebrate?
How are you going to celebrate? Mate, you could probably do a somersault with a pike and a twist off the back.
What about the dance moves you pulled off?
I've pulled some pretty
Give us a quick look at them.
No, I won't give you any look at them, mate. You just save that for the big race day. But I've pulled up some pretty fancy moves, but I'm waiting to see what yours will be after you win the slipper.
Damo, hoping for your first slipper?
Yeah, be nice, Robbo.
Freedmans have won at 4 and they've brought you up this time?
Yeah, I got to start this time, so it's good.
So we could probably suggest it's no hope?
Well, you could suggest that, but I don't think so.
You're giving it a good hope?
Yeah, I think she's got a terrific chance.
Daz, what about the star jump? Any, will we see the star jump if you win?
Just for you, Robbo, I'll do it.
The Aussie jump or the New Zealand jump?
It's going to be the Aussie jump, mate. I reckon the soil shifted underneath me in New Zealand.
You're not going to land on your back?
No. I'll be on 10 out of 10 landing, mate.
Yorkie, looking for your first slipper. Barrier 18 never helped?
No, mate, I'm playing on the wing for the 3rd year in a row.
How many rides in the slipper have you had? 40 odd.
Oh, mate, turn it up. What do you think, I'm as old as you or something, do you?
Confident?
No. Yeah, Barry 18, what do you reckon?
17 alley never helped the cause?
No, Robbo, no, it hasn't helped, but he's going to get back a little bit and he might hit the line hard.
Chrissy, you might find yourself 5 and 6 deep, you know, stranger out there, so it probably should suit you, eh?
Well, Robbo, it's better than getting fined for loitering like what you will be on Miss Thunderstood. You'll be a furlong last.
Been in here, got a bit of advice from all the previous winners. I'll take a bit of it on board, but I'm going to do my own thing out here this year. Been a bit unlucky in the last couple. Probably should have had a slipper or two on me cabinet. This year, misunderstood. I'm stoked to be on her. She's a real chance. She's coming in betting after the good draw. This year, stick with Robbo.
If you stick with Robbo, you'll go broke. Jeez, I've never heard a bloke talk so much crap.
I never hooked him in the jockeys, do
it? We just think he's a complete idiot and laugh at him.
It's 200 to 1, but I agree with Shane. Stick with Robbo and you'll have a patch in your tie.
Yes. Well, the Ansett Australia Stakes is just round the corner. Let's take a look at the totes. Kenny?
Yeah, Hill of Grace. Top filly from New Zealand, won the Moonee Valley Oaks last start, is at $2.30. Tributes at $12. Adalta, race in 2, she's only at $2.60. She's Country was scratched this morning. Miss Zoe, the best of the locals, at $20. So Watch at $11. $22 for So Let's. Dotteressa at $13. And over the page we go to Glimmers at $58 and Kirkstall Lane at $126.
Well, there are the tips. Kenny's gone with Hill of Grace, so have I, and Simon Marshall has gone with Tributes from the John Hawke stable. Now, Hill of Grace, I must admit, her form leading in basically is faultless, Shane.
Oh, definitely. Her win last start was very, very good. Her New Zealand form was very good. She ran second in the New Zealand Derby, second in the New Zealand Oaks, and here she is here winning the Moonee Valley Oaks. You see her. She's just cruising here, doing half pace, and she was too good for them, Simon.
I'll never forget that day. She jumped awkwardly. She nearly fell over. Brett Preble just had to use her a little bit earlier and take her around, and then she still had plenty in store, and it just makes me think today that as much as Adalta obviously is a danger, just there's going to be a class difference.
And Robert Prescott, who trains this filly, is one of New Zealand's top trainers these days.
And she's by Sabille, and they seem to be getting better and better with age, and she's getting stronger.
Well, it's going to be a wonderful race, the Ansett Australia Stakes, and guess what? It's just around the corner after this break. Plenty of colour and glamour here on Golden Slipper Day 2000 from Rosehill Gardens. The ladies have put an enormous amount of effort into their clothing today. There's plenty of an age group difference. There's the old, there's the young, and they all look absolutely magnificent, as do the 3-year-old fillies in the mounting yard for the Ansett Australia Stakes. And number 1 is going to be pretty hard to beat, in my opinion, Hill of Grace.
Yeah, she's a lovely filly. She's by Zabeel, as Shane told you. They improved with racing. And this filly's only raced 7 times. She was runner-up in the New Zealand Derby, the New Zealand Oaks. At only her 7th start, she won a $1 million race, the Moonee Valley Oaks, and she is on the way up.
There's no doubt about that. She's the horse to beat. Number 2, it's Tributes. She's the VRC Oaks winner last November in Melbourne. She didn't run too bad the other day, Simon, in the Cadbury Guineas behind pins. She only got 3 lengths, and it was a sprint home.
And as the trip gets further, I think she's only going to get better. Number 3 is Adalta.
Yeah, Adalta is the main danger here to the top one. Adalta's last run was excellent in the Far Lap Stakes. We might have a look at that, where she raced against some top-class colts, including Over and Dangerous. The race was won by Lord Essex. Now, Lord Essex gets up along the inside in the green cap. That's Dangerous about to go to the lead. It's Over out wide in the Cerise, and outside of Over is Adalta. Now, they're the 2 widest horses. Now, just imagine what price Over would be in this race. He'd be right in the market. He's a big chance in the $2.5 million Doncaster next week.
Also, Ken, the horse that was 5th on the fence there with the white cap was Dan Glisser. She just blitzed him in the last race, so the form out of the race may not be too bad.
Very relevant point, Shane. How do you think she looks?
She looks well. She's very relaxed. I'm sure she's one of the 2 to beat. She's drawn out a little bit awkwardly. The other horse is going to get the lovely trail in the race. She's just got to squat in somewhere.
Number 4, She's Country, is a scratching. Number 5 is Miss Zoe, Mark de Montfort to ride.
Yeah, could be the best of the locals, Miss Zoe. Miss Zoe's only won 1 race, but she's won 100 grand in prize money. Her last start in the Far Lap Stakes, she finished 7th in that race where Adalta ran 4th. It wasn't a bad run, truly. She's got to place her.
Number 6 is Sawatch, an interesting horse, again, Over from New Zealand.
Yeah, this horse will get a lovely run in the race. It's not without a chance. Her New Zealand form's been very, very good. She's been running in all group races in New Zealand and been running very competitively. And she was...
Shane, here she is on January the 3rd winning the Royal Stakes, which is a Group 2 race. She beat Solet's, a filly you know a bit about.
Yeah, well, she's in this race too, Solet's. But this is more or less the best fillies in New Zealand outside Hula Grace. And she was just too good for them. Sheila Laxon trains her. And if you remember her, that's the wife of course, Laurie Laxon, who's brought a lot of good horses over here and race. So she's the dark horse in the field, which we just don't quite know how she'll go.
Number 7 also with Graham Rogerson at Randwick, called So Let's.
Yeah,
Bred in New Zealand and come over here and done well.
I rode her the other day and she did not handle the wet track at all, and she didn't have blinkers on, and she got hit in the eye, I think, by a clod of dirt. It was quite wet at Kembla, and I would expect her to improve. Her New Zealand form's been very good, as the rest of the fillies in the race, the New Zealand fillies, but she was disappointing. And the horse below her, Dotteressa, ran in the same race and was back with me turning for home. This is her here on your screen, and she found the line much, much better. But I'll say this about Solet's, she'll improve with the dry surface as Shogun Lodge has done.
Okay, the Ansett Australia Stakes, $400,000 up for grabs, and here are the totes.
Hill of Grace, $2.30, Tributes $10, Adalta $2.70, She's Country is a scratching, Miss Zoe at $20, $10 for Sawat, Solet's at $25, Dotteressa, bit of value, $14, Glimmers at $64, and Kirkstall Lane at $127.
Well, the big lead up to the AJC Oaks for the 3-year-old fillies is just around the corner, right after this break. Plenty of sunshine here on Golden Slipper Day at Rosehill Gardens. Thank God it's not on our back anymore. It's heading west and we're in the shade, which it's just helped us a little bit. But the Ansett Australia Stakes is just around the corner, and Ken, it's over 2,000 metres. Take us through it.
Yeah, let's go back to our simulator, and it hasn't got to do too much work today at Rosehill because, as you know, the track's in perfect condition, which is good. But off they go from the 2,000 metre start, and we're going from barrier 1, so it's, they cross the Equitrack crossing there, which, as you can see, is only about 25 metres after the start. It's a shame they have to do it, but the horses are held together when they go over that first crossing. Shame it doesn't inconvenience them, does it?
You've got to really make your mind up here whether you go forward or go back. Even in a small race, you can be out 3 and 4 wide. And you saw myself on Shogun Lodge decide to go forward. This is the turn out of the back. You want to be on the fence or one up by this stage, Ken. You don't want to be out without cover. You can't win if you're out without cover 3 wide.
That's exactly why you went forward on Shogun Lodge, and as we see here, we've got only 900 metres to go, so they're coming down the backside of the course now, preparatory to entering the home straight.
Yeah, now, Ken, you've got a good run here of about 200 metres, and it's a straight run before you turn. And this is when you start turning, you start looking to get off the fence, looking for clear run. We're in the straight, it's about 400 metres, and it's all systems go. 200 metres here, the whips are cracking, you want to be in the clear. You cannot afford to be getting checked, and you'll know the winner of this race right here, 50 metres from home.
And as we see there, there's a slight downhill and an uphill gradient just in the last little bit, but certainly nothing like Randwick or some of the other tracks. And pretty flat surface, Rosehill, and it's a beauty today that the weather's fine and the track is, everyone gets a fair go.
Shane,